In this video, I want to talk about my 4 top tips so that you can wake up from your night's sleep pain-free. So stay tuned. Thanks for checking out our channel. Here we help you to understand your body, to reduce your pain, to ultimately achieve your goals. My name's John, I'm the head therapist at John W Sports Injury. And if you think that this content is going to be of help to you, make sure you're hitting that like button so others can see that too. And also I want to keep you updated with more tips like this, so make sure you subscribe, hit that bell, and you'll be updated as soon as we come up with some more information. But today what I want to talk about is waking up from sleep pain-free. One of the most common things that I tend to hear in clinic is that my pain is worse in the mornings after a night's sleep. And this makes perfect sense. The body is designed to be moving. I often talk about this phrase that motion is lotion. That helps us to feel comfortable because that's what we're designed to be doing. So when we stop for a period of time, it's no wonder that perhaps when we lose this movement following a night's sleep, that our pain is most severe. But in this video, I want to be talking about my 4 top tips to help you to wake up from that night's sleep feeling good and ready to attack the day. So tip number 1 really revolves around heat. What I typically find for me that helps me to get a good night's sleep and to wake up pain-free is to make sure I use something like a warm bath or a warm shower before I go to bed. This is very good both physically and mentally preparing me for the night's sleep ahead. But really the main reason for heat is to lead me into tip number 2, which is before you go to sleep, it's a great time to be stretching out. Now the heat works really nicely because we know that following heat, we can get our muscles to be in their most loose and relaxed state and therefore get the benefits of that stretching session. But doing it before we go to bed is also a really optimal time because throughout that day, we've gone through our daily activities and that might have caused our muscles to be short and tight. We might have then sat, for example, watching TV in the evening, and actually this is added to some of this tightness where we stop this movement. So following that warm bath, warm shower to heat the muscles, we can really get some nice benefits in order to having a good stretching session. Remember to be holding these static stretches for 30 seconds each. My 3rd tip is to think about the use of your pillows. Now, particularly around the head first of all. So if we talk about this, what we're really looking to achieve from our pillows is that we can maintain a neutral position in the head. Now, people often ask me, how many pillows should I have? 1, 2, 3? Now, this might really vary because the answer may differ from person to person. But what I want you to do tonight is to analyze your sleeping position. So if you imagine that I'm sleeping on my side currently, now what we would want here is for me to maintain a natural neck position and the pillows to just meet that gap between my head and the bed. If we have too many pillows, which can be typical because we like that sort of supportive, comfy feeling, but what that can actually do is look to elevate the head away from the bed, and that starts to make these muscles on this side to be short and tight and these muscles to be lengthened and placed under tension, either way resulting in some neck dysfunction when we wake in the morning and some soreness. Likewise, it can go the other way. If we don't have enough support or our pillows are too flat or reduced, my head can move towards the bed in order to meet that pillow, and again that shortens this side, lengthens this side, resulting in this elongated period of the muscles being held in a unnatural dysfunctional state, resulting in pain in the morning. So what I would be typically recommending is that when you lie down in bed, take your pillows away and take your head to a neutral position. Then what you want to do, so if we lay in bed on our side, head to that neutral position, take the pillows that then fill that gap, and that's where it should be. Once those neck muscles are relaxed, therefore we can sleep comfortably without creating extra dysfunction. And if you're left with extra pillows, we can then use those to create extra support elsewhere. A fantastic place to place a pillow is between your knees. The optimal sleeping position is what we term the fetal position, which is on our side, and then to place a pillow between our knees to ease the pressure in the lower back. Or also, if you find that you can support your lower back with the use of pillows, then that can also be a really helpful use of those additional pillows to create that supportive sleeping position. My fourth and final tip is to make sure when you wake up, the first thing we do isn't just to spring out of bed, but actually to go through some mobility work. Now, the reason for this, as I said at the start of this video, is we're designed to be moving. Our muscles want to be contracting and relaxing and moving around, but you haven't done this for this extended period of time, 6, 7, 8 hours. So the muscles are in this unnatural position. So if we then look to dive out of bed, it makes sense that potentially we're going to feel this soreness or feel this dysfunction that has occurred. But what I would typically recommend is that you spend 30 seconds to a minute just going through some mobility work to start to get those muscles moving again, the blood supply going, this motion is lotion to start happening. And I typically recommend a couple of exercises, one being what I call knee rocks, lying with your back flat on the bed, bending at your knees so your feet are flat on the floor, and then dropping your knees from side to side, keeping those feet in contact with the bed. What we're looking here to do is just to have some rotation at those pelvis, get those muscles that hang on to that back and hang on to the front of the pelvis to start working and moving. Another exercise that I tend to recommend is what I might call a knee hug. Bringing your knee up towards your chest and holding it in that position and then repeating on the other side. Again, what we're looking to do here is just to rotate those pelvis. What we might typically find is that that pelvis has remained still, and as we get out of bed, it's difficult to get going or we get some soreness in the lower back. And that's why these mobility exercises can be really helpful. So in my opinion, when you combine those 4 tips, the heating, the stretching, the correct pillow placement, and finally the mobility work first thing in the morning, you should find that you get out of bed feeling more comfortable and you can attack your day in the way that you want to attack it. Has that been helpful for you, or have you got any other tips? Because if you have, drop a comment below because I'd love to hear them and love to hear if these tips have been helping you. And if they have helped you, if you think they're going to help you, whack that like button because you'll be helping others to get these tips, because ultimately we all want a good night's sleep. When we consider that we spend towards 1/3 of our lives being asleep, it makes sense that we want to invest this extra time in making sure that we're doing it comfortably. So if you found that to be helpful, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification because I'll keep you updated, and why not check out this other video which YouTube thinks you're going to really like.